What's up, guys? Chemist here for Meanwhile in the Man Cave, where we take a look at all things pop culture, games, toys, or anything we think is cool. So today we are looking at the Disney's Gargoyles Hudson Ultimate action figure. Looks like this thing just came out. I haven't seen these around. It's supposed to have been released in October, and here we are in October. So the Disney's Gargoyles show ran from October of 1994 to February of 97. And Hudson in particular was voiced by Ed Asner. Probably a lot of you know him better as Mr. Fredricksen in the movie Up. So we're trying to get all of these characters. We have a couple more to do on here. Yeah, we got some box art on here. You got the Hudson action figure on the side. And on the back, some artwork of the, not artwork, some pictures of the action figure and some of the other figures in the line. These have a nice gatefold cover. Fold this out. There you go. It's pretty nice. Got a nice pose over here. And it shows the action figure himself inside. All right, get him out of here. All right, we got him out of this package here. So, taking a closer look, see what we have in here. Got multiple hands. You got the ones that are on them with your fists. You got two more here. And you got another group of three over here. You've got a tail for him. There's some wings in the back. An alternative head. And you've got a sword. All right, so let's get him out of this package. All right, here's the figure himself. These gargoyles figures are pretty big. And you've got his wings. All right, got a gargoyle's tail. There's that. And you got an alternate head sculpt, an angry face. It's actually really good. I like this one. It's a pretty nice sculpt on that face. Very cool. Couple alternate hands here. Between these hands, obviously you got some open hands, and you've got your not quite a closed fist, but you got one for holding the sword. Semi-open hand as well. And here, I'm most likely going to have some of these on here. And the good thing about these hands, they've got some flexibility to them for movement. So the pole, it's got a hinge on it for adjusting the angle. So what we're going to do, we're going to put this stuff on the actual figure himself. Now, I got to tell you about, so the one thing that kind of got me about these wings, they feel kind of brittle. So be prepared for that. They're not like a rubbery material or anything like that. So they have a nice texture to them, but they do feel brittle. Like it really probably wouldn't take much to crack these. So just be cautious when you're inserting these into the figure itself, because they seem a little flimsy. I mean, you can kind of hear it, It's kind of seems like a flimsy plastic. Now, the tail is not. This tail has got a wire in it. It's more rubbery, so you can pose it, which is good. And the rest of the figure that feels pretty solid. Now, we're going to look at his joints too. Got multiple elbow joints here, here and here, and up at his shoulder. And you have another joint just beyond that, it looks like. Yeah, so you can get a little bit of a twist right there. But that's kind of nice too. And down at his wrist, moves around, pivots, and you can angle the fist as well. I won't have the fists on here most likely. Probably gonna have an open hand type stance with him. Now, down at his hip joint, it's normal. Got the out and in. And then I can't tell if he's got the double joint down at the knee or not, because you can't see it. It's kind of hidden underneath this. Now you've got a lot of range of movement, like with the McFarlane figures, which is nice. And you've got it at the toes too. These toes seem really stiff, but there you go. They do bend. Bend out a little bit there, you can see. Get some flexibility there. So anyway. Oh, and last, a little bit at, he doesn't really have any abs, he's kind of chunky, but he does have a joint there as well. And as far as head movement, there's not much at all, which is kind of expected. He's got the beard, can't move much beyond these shoulder pads or anything. So let's get his parts on. Looks pretty nice here. I like this belt. It's kind of leathery on here. So get the tail in first. So pliers right there. Now, and his wings. His wings are going to go on his shoulder. You see the little places right underneath of his hair. And there's a corresponding pole that goes in there. All right. Fists just come out like normal on any other figure. And then you just put in the hand that you want. All right, so since we're decided to go with the angry head sculpt, I'm going to give you a closer look at this one. So this is the more chill Hudson. Done pretty nice though. Kind of like the eyes in it. Done well for this type of a figure. So we're going to take a look at the figure himself in the pose that we chose to get. So here he is. This wingspan is crazy. So we're going to give you a measurement on here in a second, but holy crap. That is a big wingspan on this guy. Paint on this is really nice. Got some weathering. And it's a far cry from the old ones that came out in the 90s. You get some nice texture on the pants. Only knock I would really have is fire as material, sire. It's not the wings. The wings feel a little flimsy, so you just want to be real careful with those. But I do like that they have the tattering and everything on there. All right, we're gonna give you a measurement on these wings. So, coming out, jeez, got about a 20.5-inch wingspan on there, which is pretty crazy. So make sure you have the shelf space if you're gonna put them on there. Now these wings, they got kind of a ratchet sound to them. I've heard it every once in a while. They position them any way you like. They couldn't, there's probably no better Hudson figure out there, unless it's possibly a statue that somebody may have done at one point or another. Because the 90s ones don't even come close. We do have a 90s Goliath to go with our current Goliath, which we'll do a comparison on here at some point. Here it is, the back. Now you will see the hinging on the wings. You get them from the back, but most likely you're not going to have them faced back too. I like that you have a bendy tail, and you can actually use that to stabilize the figure. So overall, great sculpt, cool figure, great wingspan. My only downside is the material that they used on the wings. Only thing I really didn't like about it. But hey, if you guys like the looks of this, look for them at our local retailer. You should find them, maybe some comic stores, well, whatever your local comic store. Ask them about it, or anybody that carries NECA figures. But anyway, I want to thank you guys all for tuning in. Come back for the next episode of Meanwhile in the Man Cave, and we'll talk to you guys later.